This is a message for somebody if you are experiencing something similar. There's a saying that's that goes something along the lines of like, God is your only true security. And that's been very true for me. Because when we got to that place, and I mean, there have been different times where I've just been doing things on my own, but when at the end of last year, after so much going through as a single parent with Teddy, and realizing that being in that situation was actually making me weaker, and that there were all of these different skills and things like that I hadn't actually learned, and then to detach and be like, what are we gonna do? And I would like that I don't remember that feeling, but I mean, it was horrible. It was just like, I wouldn't wish that for anybody, especially as a parent, to be like, we're starting over again from ground zero, and I don't have any support, and I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to lose this place and all these different things? But I knew that I had already done some healing work, and had acquired skills for how to deal with calm my nervous system. And I knew I had, and I had done entrepreneurial type work before. Not like I am doing now, and I had been watching tarot, and I was ready, but it was one of the scariest things I've had to go through. And then this whole situation with the being targeted, just has been so insane. And, but what I realized is that there's so much strength and protection and security that you get from God, and learning how to be okay on your own, and come back to hermit mode when you need to, and learning how to parent yourself and nurture yourself the way that you need to. And you just develop this strength that you didn't know you had, and that that becomes your security, because you realize too that it's like, you don't want to be attached to people who are not hearing you. Like that's what came to me today, is it's like there were so many times of me setting boundaries, and I remember this too with different instances with my family, of feeling not heard. And if there is that about, like, if people can't meet you where you are, and it's like their ego is still creating these stories, and they want to believe, it's not my job to tell them they can't believe their fantasies or whatever. Like, I can't make them respect me. I can't make them leave me alone even. Like, that's the thing about social media. So, trying to get through this with this kid. So, but what I come back to is that, like, all of these times when I come back to that security with God, it's like, I'm so grateful that I chose that, and I chose him first, because you start to see more and more. There may be people maybe there are lots of, I'm gonna try to wrap it up, y'all. Hold on, baby. Hold on, Teddy. There may be lots of people who are secure attachment, but they aren't people I've come across. I'm sure I have at some point. But, if you know that you've had to have all these toxic relationships, but then you're like, okay, well, I found solace with God. I find solace on my own. I find healing on my own, and all of these things. Then you're like, okay, well, this is the path for me. And, I'm not for codependency anymore. I'm not for toxic relationships anymore. I'm definitely not for people who don't want to respect me or my boundaries. I mean, it does get really crazy. It gets real scary. So I don't have all the answers because, like I said, with social media and the fact that people, the AI and all of I mean, I found fake accounts that this person's been making and like using different things that, anyway. And so, it's definitely wild. But it's also just this, to me, it's more of a mess. Like it's very chaotic and messy. And I'm like, I don't want that. Like it messes, I don't want that in my mental space. Like, that's what I mean. Like you just are like grateful to be detached and just be, and if that means that you don't get to have many relationships or, you have to stick to yourself a lot. It's like, okay, like I want to do what I need to do, And so I just wanted to give that because, it gets really crazy with stuff like with social media because you feel like you just don't have any say, you don't have any control. And, but finding that security within with God and being able to detach from it, and be able to take your attention on other things, has been something that's really, really helped me because I've wanted to give up a few different times, and I was like, well, was it even worth it if I don't have a soul tribe or if I don't figure out how to make it profitable and stuff like that? But it's like, I know I love doing tarot. I know that God, and I'm still being guided to do it for a reason. And, I'm at 7 minutes. It's early in the morning. I know I'm talking kind of funny. All right, I'm going to stop there, guys. I love you.